everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. It's good to see you here. Let me first play a tune for you. This was the beginning of Corelli's La Folia. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for your continued support. I very much appreciate with this beautiful piece of La Folia, one of most beloved Baroque piece that we all try to learn. It's fun to play, and there's all kind of variation, gives us all kind of beautiful exposure to music and technical challenges. So with this beautiful piece, I'd like to show you why we need second position and the importance of second position and also the exercise that you can work on. Before I start, I need to admit that second position was one of those that I did not really like to learn from when I was studying. So I've been pushing until the last moment, which I regret. It's one of the technique. It's not very needed. And when we learn high positions, we learn first position, third position, and fifth position. That way we recover most of the largest registration. But that's rather old-fashioned German violin school method. But then later, like pedagogues like Agalamian and others brought the importance of using second and fourth and sixth position, the even number positions. And second position is very, very useful. So the beginning, you start with it's in the key of D minor. So here it comes very well. So if I play second position, I can pretty much play most of it. Then I get through with using my strong fingers. Then I can go to third position. Then come down second position again. I'm sorry. So you're wondering, why can't I just play all in the first position? You can. But whether that's an easier solution or musically better solution, that's something else. We choose certain fingerings and certain bow technique or bow wings to make your music sound the best. So if I play first position, some do that, especially the Baroque musicians. Well, meaning they're trying to use a little the style that we think at the time of Baroque was done. Now you have to trim with a fourth finger. It's not impossible, but it's an unnecessary stress. If you want to master or strengthen your fourth finger, go for it. You should exercise, you should work on technical pieces. But when it comes to repertoire pieces, it would be wiser and better to use fingers that serve you in the easiest way, most efficient way to serve your music. So instead of stressing fourth finger, rather but then you're wondering, why can't I just stay in the second position since I'm already there? But if I stay in the second position, either I have to go in the E string where the tone color changes, because the E string has a little brighter tone. So here I can go shift with the fourth finger or the sliding tone. Same tone color, but has this lingering sound. And that is why it's better to shift in the third position with the start of the new phrase. And come down to the second position so that we can play this C sharp. So we choose fingerings, bowings for the musical reason. I do have to admit, sometimes, like I mentioned, Baroque musicians, they like to do a little the Baroque style improvisation. So here, something I've heard beautiful improvisation, something like this. Something like that. I'm not a Baroque musician, so I'm not an expert in that one. So, but if you want to do such here, you can do a little scale and so on. You can explore that one. But regardless, when you have the second position, the next variation we have. Then we have, very useful here again. If I stay in the first position, I can stretch it, but it's unnecessary stress. So instead of stretching that one, I just go second position. And so on like that. So now you're wondering, but then how do I master second position? So there's many great technical books. One of them that was one of my favorites, technical book, Subject, Book 2. Book 2 handles about different positions exercises. It's a little repetitive, so it's treated like a little idea. So it's not necessarily to practice from beginning to the end, but just read it through, understand what the exercises are about, and then maybe you can work on 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 measures, no more. Otherwise, it's just too much repetitive. So when you go to number 4, subject book 2, there's something like this here. Starting first position. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little close. First position and then second position. So it's a great way of exercising, shifting from first to the second position, because it also teaches the physical distance as well as the changes of the space between fingers. We know as we get higher positions, the space between fingers gets smaller and vice versa. And when you're changing from first to the second position, even though that's tiny bit, there are still differences. So let's say very first one, you just play simple scale, then coming down, then shifting, the next one, then shifting. Now here, the most important one, when you're not using actively first finger, you don't have to leave first finger down. In the early stage of violin learning, we are encouraged to leave the first finger on the string to give certain left hand frame. But once you pass the beginner level, it's important to liberate inactive fingers. That way you can be a little more relaxed in the left hand. So the shift with the first finger. Make sure to take your thumb with you. Then in the second line, it has a different variation too. And so on like that. So now, if this is a little complicated, then make it a simple scale like this. In the first position. This time you go from first to second position, then shift. Coming down. We're playing same scale twice. Once completing the first position, second time shifting first to the second position, coming down from second to the first position. Again. Now this shifting from first position, light first finger, go to the second position. Now we only need to go third finger, then come down. You can practice in all strings, and just to teach your left hand how to behave, and teaching also the different spacing between fingers too. I hope you can try this one. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all happy practicing and lots of fun with this beautiful piece. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.